Welcome, everyone. Can everybody hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Awesome. And I can hear all you guys. Awesome. So thanks so much for joining, guys. We're going to be speaking. Oh, why am I echoing? That usually doesn't happen.
I blame
Sorry,
Dreko.
guys. Technical difficulties. That didn't happen last time. Okay. So thanks so much for joining, guys. We'll be speaking to Dreko and Maverick from Bourbon and Blockchain. If you can, I would love it if you'd hit that like button first off, just to help bring that algorithm to us and hopefully bring some more people to us. And help support Bourbon and Blockchain as well as myself as we give it some of that free algorithmic energy. Also, if you'd like to have some comments in there, I'd love to hear about your favorite bourbon, I guess, to start with. If you don't have a favorite bourbon, then any favorite drink. And if you don't like to drink alcoholic drinks, you can always put Shirley Temple or anything. We don't judge. Yeah, so just put that in there and then we'll get going on this. If you have any questions, I'd love it if you pop them in the chat so we can bring them up and challenge these guys to a few questions to help learn about their project and learn about everything they're doing. And as you can see right here, the website speaks for itself. We'll go through that in a little bit of detail later. For now, I guess if Maverick and then Dreko, if you want to introduce yourselves to the gang.
Yeah, guys. Hey, thanks for having us on, Justin. Honored. We love what you're doing, and we believe in you long term, and we think you're one of the good ones. So thanks for hosting us. My name is Brian Jones, otherwise known as Mr. Maverick. I'm one of the co-founders of Bourbon and Blockchains. I have been in the industry for several years now, in different capacities, but we all started out as an investor, right? We didn't just jump into this and think development project. It's kind of manifested over time, and I've connected with some really great people, Dreko being one of those people. And just organically, it's kind of worked out. Really excited to be here. And yeah, Dreko, to you.
Yeah, my name is Dreko. I'm also a co-founder of Bourbon and Blockchain Services. And it's funny that you mentioned that the way that you said that, Maverick. We kind of started out just like everybody else here. We started out as looky-loos. We heard about crypto, but we didn't know much about it. Then we started to, really do deep dive research into it and get, highly involved in crypto and to the point where we were conducting interviews with several developers and, people in the space. And then you start to kind of branch out into different areas as time goes on. And I think a lot of that has to do with the market, like the bull market and the bear market. So yeah, I'm a co-founder of this project, just like everybody else here, involved in crypto, very passionate about crypto. And that's what kind of led us to develop this project and try to support blockchain technology and create something that's long-term, generating real yields for people instead of promising the moon and under delivering, and then potentially just getting to the point where it's just rugging everybody's funds.
Yeah, we all know what that feels like, I'm sure. Unfortunately,
Absolutely.
all too well. I guess then we'll get right into maybe just a little kind of elevator pitch or overarching view of what Bourbon and Blockchain is, and then we'll get a little bit deeper.
Perfect.
Who wants to take that?
Oh yeah, I can take that. So I'm sorry. I apologize. I misunderstood what you said.
All good.
So yeah, I can give you a quick high overview of what we're doing and where we're currently at. So Bourbon and Blockchain Services, what we've done is we were conducting research in several different projects as Bourbon and Blockchain. So what we were doing is working with other individuals that were like-minded investors in the cryptocurrency atmosphere. And what we were trying to do is conduct research and find projects that were hitting the mark, that were new, that were innovative, that were bringing real technology and good ideas to the space, but that were also long-term sustainable, that had real yields and that could really be defined as a good investment opportunity. And what we found is that it became more and more difficult to do that as we were continuing through the bear market. The bear market's been going on for a year now. So what we decided is if it's this difficult to find these types of projects, why can't we start to develop one of our own? Because we know what it takes to survive. We've seen all the different methods that have worked and didn't work, and let's get together and come up with something that lasts long term and that has the staying power, whether it's through a bear market or a bull market. And that's where the concepts started to come together for Bourbon and Blockchain Services. Our idea is to support blockchain technology by opening and maintaining validator nodes with our own servers. So that way that we actually provide a service to blockchain and the different blockchains that we operate with. And we also provide a service to the members, the club members that purchase our NFTs. And that means that we are providing a service with those blockchains. We're making sure that they're all managed and updated, that we're conducting all of the things that need to be done for those. And then we're also going to provide an application where NFT holders can connect to the application and claim rewards from all of the validators and different processes that we're going to be maintaining. So that's just like a quick general overview of everything we're going to be going through. I know we're going to go through the website and the documents with you as well.
Absolutely, and we can kind of dig a little deeper on any of those things. And for sure, that's the nice thing about this is it's kind of from what I've seen, and I've obviously done a little video on it, but the diversification and the little bit more less, because we all need to diversify. I think we're all loving the degen plays, even it seems in the bear market, which is not great, but it's working for some, I guess. But we definitely need to help build these kind of either L1s or these kind of more longer term plays to help really build our bag into that bear, into that bull when it comes, so that we can capitalize on it. And this is definitely one of those that I think can help with that. I guess I did not say from the start of this, not financial advice, but please come along and learn a little bit and hopefully find some value in what we're talking about. So as we can see, the website is, as I think has been highlighted in my video and other people's videos, you guys have put a lot of work in this. So I don't know if you want to take it away and walk me through it or how we want to go about that, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're right. It does speak for itself. We just happened upon a great member within our group that has existed within our group before we even pivoted as a community to a project-centric approach. And yeah, he helped us manage this project to build this website out. So we're really proud of it. We're really proud of the team that has come together to help build it. And yeah, we've already had a lot of people reaching out to find out who in the world built this. In fact, we do have a real life bourbon partner, Shire Distilleries, and Tim, which we've met in person, we've toured, we talk on a regular basis now. Tim has actually reached out and said, "Hey, I need your website developer's name because it's about time we update our brand." So, yeah, it's really great. But yeah, at a very high level, this is just a way to introduce someone to the overall concept of what we're trying to achieve. So it allows you to kind of get an inside view and connect you to all the necessary documentation and paperwork that helps thoroughly explain what we're trying to accomplish and achieve here. So yeah, if you just scroll down some, just continue scrolling. It talks about our NFTs that are offered. If you don't have to look very far, because obviously we're minting. You don't have to look very far. Twitter's about as far as you have to go to see examples. Our community's blasting these things out to everybody. Really trying to help people understand what we're trying to do
Yep.
and what the long-term perspective is. So artwork's great.
Yeah. And I guess it kind of
Yeah.
hints to it up here a bit, and then down here, obviously diversification in the different chains is something that you guys are definitely big on.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's right. Hey, we have a lot of favorites. We all do. In fact, our community does. We have discussions about these all the time. Where do we think the best plays are? And it ranges all from the Mac Daddy of proof of stake, which is Ethereum right now. It gets the most play time. People know what proof of stake is in a lot of cases because of the Ethereum merge. Otherwise, people probably still would be a little confused by it. So but yeah, Ethereum, Polygon, AVAX. We had Solana on there. We're questioning that now. Luckily, everything happened before, with FTX and the Solana kind of downfall.
Before the
It
trigger
allows
was
us
pulled.
to, yeah, it allows us to pull back a little bit and think differently, right? React to the market, make sure we're making the smartest decisions. We're fans of Phantom. There's a lot of outliers too that we're not going to invest a lot of money into, but we consider them kind of like runners, potential runners. People have a
Mhm.
lot of faith and belief in, let's just say, Constellation DAG. There's a community out there that has a lot of confidence in them, as well as A0, which is a newer one, right? Um,
Mhm.
there's a few others out there as well. So our documents highlight this thoroughly in where these potential assets can be stored. But what I will say is the way that we've managed this and the way that we've explained it is that the bulk of these funds are going to be stored and we're going to be validating within the most trusted blockchain technologies out there. Why? Because we want to preserve capital for the long term. If you truly believe in blockchain technology, all of the proof of stake, at least the top ones, are potential good choices. We feel like that's just a great way to really round out somebody's portfolio. And so we wouldn't be doing ourselves a disservice to everybody if we didn't spread out our assets appropriately. So that's what we're attempting to do, of course, with the club members' input.
Nice. Yeah, and to be honest, we can all chase our degen stuff with other
Sure.
things. We don't need to be doing it with these investments, so that's great.
Yeah, there's a huge barrier to entry when it comes to validation, though, right? Even more
Yeah.
so, the barrier is even greater than mining in some cases because you can pick up a miner, maybe tiny, it may not produce very much hash rate, right? But you can
Mhm.
mine Bitcoin for fairly inexpensively. Now, whether you can make money off it's a whole nother story because of the price of electricity. But really, the barrier to validating is much greater. In most cases, it ranges anywhere from $20,000 to a more inexpensive validation mechanism or blockchain, all the way up to two to three hundred thousand
Yeah.
dollars to create a validator. So this is really breaking down the barriers and allowing people the opportunity to get involved in validation, which uh, we feel is kind of the future of blockchain and the whole decentralized technology. So
Well, absolutely. They need that's what creates the security for them. That's what creates all
that's
that
it.
stuff. So if we can be part of it.
When it comes to staying power, if you're directly interacting and supporting the technology itself, like that's where you want to be for longevity. That's what sustains. That's what can withstand all these bear and bull markets, right? No matter what the market does, you're going to need validation. You're going to need people that can provide the transacting power. So that's what I love about this concept is, out of all the plays that we've all been a part of, I feel like this is one that you can truly really envision it lasting the test of time, and that's what we are looking to achieve.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. And then I guess scrolling down, we go through the allocation. So I guess to get a little deeper into how it works for the customer, for the member, I guess, if you will. Do we want to talk about this a little bit now?
Yeah, we could talk about that. So the way that we have it set up, and we think that this is a really powerful model because one of the things that we're doing with how we've distributed this is that it forces you to take profits. And I think that we've all learned our lessons in the past about not taking profits. You enter into a position, the token value goes high, you know it's going to go higher, and then it doesn't, and then you lose your opportunity, and then you think it's going to go back up to where it was when you thought you were going to pull out, and it doesn't, and you just hold it all the way down until it becomes salt of the earth, and you wish you would have pulled some profits. So what this model does that we've created, we're actually making it so that the club member gets 50% of all of the rewards that are collected from the validators and the processes that we're going to be involved with. So that 50% goes to the club members, and they can claim those rewards through our decentralized application. And it's beneficial to claim those rewards because you want those rewards, right?
Yeah.
45% reallocated back to the portfolio. Which means that we're constantly growing, whether we're in a bear market, we're in a bull market, a stagnant market. We're constantly putting funds back into the project so that it continues to grow over time. And 5% goes to the team allocation to make sure that everything is maintained and operating properly. There's a lot of finances that goes along with operating something at this scale. So we need to make sure that we have enough funds to do that. Now, another thing that makes us very different, and we were already talking about taking profits, is when we get into a market, for example, we start to hit a bull market and we see all-time highs, or the all-time highs from the last bull market. We can actually pivot our project and make adjustments so that we make sure that we're taking additional funds off the table and making sure that we're reaping the rewards that we've set ourselves up for. So instead of only providing 50% to the club members, we can actually move that number all the way up to 75%. That
Nice.
means that we're taking more profits when the profits need to be taken. That means more profits are going to all the club members because we've gotten to that point and we've diversified and created this project. It's more of a pat on the back to say we're doing well, right? But at the same time, why would we invest the same amount of money, 45%, into projects that are like hyperinflated from when we started, right? If we purchase, for example, Ethereum at $1,200, and Ethereum eventually goes up to over $5,000 because of the next bull run, are we going to purchase the same amount? That really wouldn't behoove us as much because now we're paying such an inflated token amount. We can actually save some of those funds and wait for the next bear market or a downward trend, right? So we're going to be smart with our funds. We're not going to just throw it at the wall and hope for the best. We're going to watch these markets. We're going to follow the 4-year cycle. We're going to follow the trends that are being put in front of us so that we make educated decisions and provide the most value for the club member.
Nice. And I guess, yeah, I don't hear a lot of people talk about that in validators, but it kind of is the same as miners. You're paying in a bear market, you're paying $50,000 sometimes for a miner that's costing you 12,000 now or less. So it's the same thing with validators, which is great. So it's good that you can pivot that way and help keep adding value to the investor that's with you or the member that's with you. So that's great. And I think you guys also have, like, you're not just doing cloud mining or in this way too. You have equipment and stuff that you're actually doing and doing it on site. Like you have somebody in charge of that, right?
Yeah. So Draco's actually been instrumental in setting up, and we have our own enterprise grade servers. So
Nice.
these servers allow us, they're high computing capacity, dedicated electrical connections with backup generators, battery backups, and it's a managed facility too. So if there was any issues with the servers, we have somebody there on site ready to react, respond, reboot servers so that we have the maximum uptime. So like it's being operated at a very professional level, at a very high level. No VPSs. We're trying to do it the right way from the start. And I think long term that opens up a lot of possibilities that in the future we hope to achieve. There's going to be more information about what we hope later on to achieve with our equipment and our setup and what we can do for projects and things of that nature. But yeah, it's a really great value proposition long term. Also, I think one of the big problems is with a project like this where they don't use hardware is every time they have to say purchase a new validator, right? They have to spin up another VPS. So that means the cost is ever increasing
Mm.
over time. This here allows us to control costs and understand on a monthly basis really what's necessary to operate the protocol. And I think a lot of people walk into these types of things thinking that they understand and they can figure it out as they go. That's not the way to approach it. The way to approach it is to set it up from the right way from the beginning to set yourself and your project up for success.
This is not a set it and forget it kind of style.
No, it's definitely
No.
not.
Actually, along these same lines, Goen just made a question here. Will they do votes included? Will the votes to include the community in order to determine when they sell? So I guess you're not necessarily selling the validators, I guess, but it's more, I guess, votes on what you might get into, I presume. Are you including the community in that?
Yeah, we've already actually started that process. So our club members that are NFT holders have already been provided votes for different things that we're getting into. So we're actually already starting that process, and we're also starting the process of allowing them to help us with decisions on when to purchase. Right now, I'm sure not, but you're both aware that there's things going on in the market. Today, there was a nice little dump. On the actual market, and then when it came to crypto there was a little bit of a reaction too with Bitcoin as well. So we almost went up to 17,000. I think it was right around 17,400, and now we're back down in the 16.9 range. So there's some volatility still, and we're actually starting to hear some more things that could be coming out for $1.8 billion in debts from Genesis that's connected to Gemini. So there's other things that are coming down the road from FTX. So we don't want to just kind of throw in money, at a random time. We're kind of watching it. But I think part of that question also is when to sell. So, like, for example, the way that we have this planned out is to provide rewards on a monthly basis. So we would collect rewards for an entire month, and then we would sell those rewards and then provide them back to the club members. And it would be evenly dispersed. So, all of the NFTs have the exact same amount. And they would collect those 50% of all the reward validations at that time.
Okay, nice. And I guess with that, then it'll all be dependent on who's been holding for that period of time, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah, and then that'll grow as time goes on and as more NFTs are sold. And I guess along those lines, Andrew's asked us, now that the first vote is done, how soon does the team estimate the first batch of validators will be purchased with mint funds? Because you guys have, and I guess I never really announced that, you guys have launched and you are minting as we speak. And I did a video, I guess, just before the minting and minted my own and was very pleased with my NFT, which we'll look at a little closer later. But and so now really I wanted to bring you guys on because I just wanted to bring more awareness because I do really appreciate what you guys are trying to do. And so this was just sort of a after minting kind of party here now. So
yeah. Hey, we need all the help we can get because the market is rough, as everyone knows. So we didn't jump into this saying we needed to mint out so many in order to continue. We don't need to. We're okay with a slow grow. So with people like yourself that are, believers in what we're trying to accomplish and the transparency and, the team that we put together, then we appreciate what you're doing to help bring foresight to everybody. Because honestly, that's the most difficult thing, is to create an organic community, right? And we're not paying for people to come in. We're not, it's a very organic growth kind of from within, and I think that creates the healthiest communities. We've looked at other projects that have launched similar to ours, and ones that we have a lot of respect for. I think Hydro Wells is a very commonly known one,
Yeah.
right? It took them a long time to mint out. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, the community caught on to what they were really trying to do. And it's like, boom, they created an incredible project that has like just an enormous runway that people believe in. So, hey, we're happy with how everything's gone so far. Our mint has gone wonderfully. We're already raising funds. And to answer Andrew's question there, about when the first batch of validators will be purchased, we are actively watching the market right now. So we already have an idea of what we're purchasing, and we've already brought in one of our advisors, Steven, the calculator guy, and we've already started having meetings with him because we're going to be deploying some liquid staking strategies of his with a smaller amount. And so we are already eyeing those opportunities. We're just trying to be very deliberate with how we treat the funds, especially right at the beginning. So I hate to give you a date, but I will say that within the next few weeks, we're expecting to spin up our first few validators across the market. So be
Nice.
patient with us. And if you have any like suggestions or any worries about how much time it's going to take, you're always welcome to come into the Discord and have a discussion with us.
Nice.
Very,
And I
very
just
open and
actually,
honest.
just because you called out the calculator guy, I dropped his Discord in there too. I think he deserves some attention because he is one smart cookie, and his
Yeah.
Discord is full of really great people and some ways to
Yes.
make money like this that are not
Yes.
degen plays again. And I think there's some value there. And I think I should also shove your Discord in there too, and we'll put it again later. But now's a good time while we pause for that.
Yeah, he's a great asset. He's a good friend of ours. Kind of grown up with Draco and Grant. Grant's met him in real life, and they got to know each other early on in their crypto journey. So
Oh, nice.
it's just kind of organic. He's a very trustworthy guy, and the fact that he showed interest in joining us, even as an advisor, and kind of putting his name behind the Bourbon and Blockchain brand meant a lot to us. And yeah, we're excited. We're excited to have him help unlock value for all the NFT holders long term, because that's exactly what he's going to help us do.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
it's funny because a lot of those stories, like especially like the one you just said with the calculator guy, it's a common theme with a lot of the people we work with and a lot of the people we know. The people that are helping us with the project, all that stuff are like organic relationships that we've created over the years. The vast majority of everybody we work with are people we know or help them with their project a year ago or 6 months ago, and then it kind of came back full circle that they could help us. So yeah, we're really proud of the people that we're working with and the community that we're building behind Bourbon and Blockchain.
And somebody's mentioned that actually in the comments earlier, and I didn't get a chance to call it out, but that's so important in this industry right now. And ones that can build really solid communities are the ones that'll stand this test. Because right now, because we're all being tested right now, and the ones that stick around in crypto are the ones that are going to win in the end. And so, if you can create communities that keep engaging and that kind of stuff, then that's always great. Any plans around that engagement and what kind of things you're trying to do to kind of keep the wheels turning in the project?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we're doing is if you go to the top, it'll say NFT collection. If you click on that, it's all the way at the top bar.
Yeah. And sorry, I should show this off because this is pretty cool.
Yes, yeah. It's crazy how proud we are of our website. We love it. They've done a really great job with it.
Yeah.
And if you go down a little bit, so you got the spotlight, and then there's a sliding bar that you can move back and forth that shows the wireframe of the NFTs. We've had a lot of people that actually question our NFTs, and Maverick's been there for a few of them. One person came in and said, "Yeah, these are really nice pictures of your bottles that you have." And we said no, it's NFT art, it's 3D artwork. And they said, no, the pictures that you have. And we said, oh no, those aren't real bottles. Those are 3D artwork bottles, right? So we've had a lot of people that have asked us, can I buy a real bottle in life? And we don't have those available yet, but it may be something that we're working towards in the future.
Well,
But
yeah.
as you scroll down towards the bottom, we actually have a couple structures that we've put in place. And one of the things that we have in place right now is as we mint forward, we have minting milestones right there.
Yeah.
So in our minting milestones, we're actually going to be doing giveaways that are tiered through here. So the way that the NFTs are constructed are through the same minting milestones. So from 301 to 2,500, the NFTs are $450, and we'll be giving away, once we hit 2,500, we'll give away 4 NFTs within the people that minted in that section. Then the next section is 2,501 to 5,000. So the NFTs go up to 475, and then there's 4 NFTs that are given away in that section. So it just keeps tiering all the way up. So we'll be giving away 19 NFTs for the milestone mints. And then people that were involved towards the beginning that were secure minters, we have an additional 6 NFTs that we're giving away for secure minters. So a total of 25 NFTs we'll be giving away to the community throughout the minting process. And they're not giveaways. We actually purchase them as a team. So it won't impact negatively on the project's treasury. We're actually paying for them. They're not free.
Yeah,
Nice.
they won't dilute the funds. Yeah.
No, great. That's great. Nice. That's a really neat way to do it. And sorry, I see the green line here, but I guess we're not quite at 2,500, are we yet?
No, not yet.
I think we're approaching 600. I haven't checked it today.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we're in the 500s right now.
Well, that's still a great start for a couple weeks in. So, and I guess a little look at the team, I guess, might not be a bad time since it just popped up on my screen. But obviously, we know Dreko and we know Maverick. Do we want to introduce the rest?
Yeah. So Grant is a pivotal member for sure. Grant handles a lot of the backstage stuff. He handles Discord. He's engaging people all the time. Heck, he's handling giveaways. He's speaking with the marketing team on a regular basis. So yeah, I hate to say we all have our own individual roles, but we all kind of help each other in whatever capacity is necessary, and we work along with each other. So at least we understand like what each person is doing, so we can step in and help out at any point. And then Dreko, it's probably best if you talk about Jen a little bit.
Yeah, Jen is our community manager. She handles all of our social media. She answers questions throughout the day, like pretty much all day, and then she also manages all of us, all the guys, keeps us on track, keeps our schedule, everything right, so that we make sure that we can make everything on time, and make sure that we are hitting our deadlines for ourselves, right? So we set our own deadlines as a team. Myself, I work with doing all types of PR stuff like interviews, and I also work on our security. And we're really happy to announce that we've actually announced it in our Discord, but we received our Grid Plus hardware wallets. Grid Plus is one of our partners. They're a hardware wallet company based out of Texas, which is amazing. So it's a U.S. based company, and we purchased hardware wallets from them to help operate and secure our assets. So we received those, and they're amazing, and they're really good people to work with. So that helps us with our security as well. So we have a decentralized wallet structure that helps protect all of our assets so that they're not vulnerable to attack.
Awesome. And yeah, Jen's already been beating me to a couple of questions too. So stop that, Jen.
No, she's pretty good at it.
Yeah, awesome. And then we already talked about Steven, which is great. And then I guess there's anything else to this side of the website, I guess.
Yeah, if you click on how much to mint at the bottom, it'll list the tier. So it'll say what is the minting price there if you hit the plus button.
How much to mint? I can't read for some reason.
All the way at the top.
Yeah, what is the mint? What is the mint?
You said
price?
how much?
Yeah.
I was looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's my bad.
No,
there you
no,
go.
it's
Get the
all right.
breakdown of the tiers and how they're going to go there. Perfect.
Yep. So as we grow and people join the community, and the minting rewards the people that come in early and help support the project, and it just continues to slowly grow over there. But it's not a crazy amount. Like if you purchase at in the first tier or the last tier, the difference is fairly nominal.
No, exactly. It's not. Yeah, it's not like all of a sudden you held off and you're getting like double the price, like some things I've seen. So yeah, awesome. And I guess let's have a close. So I know you guys have. So anybody that's wanting to look at these a little closer, I know you guys had a video, and I don't know where to find it. Maybe you can catch me to it, but we don't need to go through it all. But maybe just to show people where it is, where it goes through the process that your artist went through to actually create these guys.
Yeah, I think if you go to the home page and scroll all the way down, there's kind of like a media section in there, and yeah,
Let's get everybody.
right there,
Oh, right
right
there.
there. Yep. And this is the art reveal here, and there's music in the background and all that.
That's going too crazy. So yeah, so that goes through them, and then
Yep.
I think, and then along with this, I guess there's one that actually goes through and building it from scratch, which is really cool. So if anybody wants to take a deeper look, I definitely recommend coming and having a peek at the website and just getting a good idea behind this, because I just love showing off this kind of work. Oh, there you go. So there's the wireframes and stuff. So it's
Yep.
just fantastic.
Yeah,
It
our
really is.
artist recorded a lot of his progress, so we asked him to do it, and he said it would be fairly simple, because he was doing it already. He just had to record it. So
Hmm.
he screen recorded him creating a lot of the bottles and the different items that he created, and we're working on putting those together into like a video. But we did post one of the videos of him creating our bear. We posted that on our Twitter page, I think yesterday. So if you get a chance to check out our Twitter, we'll pin that to the page so you guys can watch it. But it's pretty amazing watching him do his thing. He's a wizard when he puts things together and he creates things that are 3D artwork. He's literally a wizard.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I can't remember what video I'd watched because I'd seen a few things before I did stuff, and it was, yeah, just amazing to see that kind of talent at work. Was there anywhere you wanted to go next? You wanted to talk about some things? Just trying to think if
We
there's anything else.
saw a question or two coming in from Andrew. It
Yeah, I
looks
was just
like.
pulling those up.
Yeah, it says for a validator like Ether AVAX, once you've required the required amount of coins, how long is it before you have it up and running, and how long after that would an NFT holder to expect payouts from it? So yeah, so roughly, just depending on how many nodes you're going to be spinning up, I would say it would take anywhere from a week to 10 days. Some take longer than that too. There's a multitude of factors, right? Specifically, you kind of have to download essentially the entire blockchain in some form or fashion, right? It has to save that data, and so some of those take longer than others, and it really depends on network congestion, internet connections, and all that stuff. I would like to say it may take us just a tiny bit longer too, because we're establishing our routers for the first time, right? So
Hmm.
there's a whole element. We want to take our time and make sure it's done correctly and the proper security is in place before we were to, begin validating specifically. But once those are spun up, we're looking at uh, uh, 30 days from that point to start providing rewards. So I will say that our D app is actually in development. We should have some prototypes of what the D app is going to look like for everybody here very soon. And you'll be able to log directly in through with your wallet into the D app. It'll recognize all the NFTs you're holding in your wallet, and that's where you'll be able to see all sorts of info. And actually, it's going to be really cool because there's a lot of things it's going to be tracking for you. It's going to help you understand, you know, ROI over time, how much in returns over time you've claimed through this NFT, as well as be able to pay that $1 membership fee that helps us to sustain the protocol long term too.
Oh, true.
We
Yes,
are a
thank you for
club.
reminding me of that.
We are a club, and as a club, there is a small membership fee. So we chose to use $1, and again, based on economics and our cost or our monthly expenses, that is enough to sustain us, and then on top of that, help us to dabble in the bourbon world to be able to provide that additional utility to
Now
members,
you're
right?
talking.
Yeah, so it's going to serve many purposes, but yeah, so we'll say it's roughly a month after we have them spun up and all of our assets actually earning on the blockchain and providing validation, about a month from that point. So I know there's been a lot of talk from people, even community members are like, well, can't we just compound? Those are all, none of that's out of the question. But right now, I think it more so than anything, we are interested in proving the model to people,
Mhm.
right? That it works, that it's in place, it's functioning, you can rely on it, everything's transparent and visible. If you scroll all the way down on that page there, Justin, I just want to point out one last thing. I mean, scroll all the way to the bottom.
I think I'm at the bottom.
So you'll see one tab. It says on-chain transparency. Okay, it's the
Yep.
fifth section to your right hand
Yep.
side. On-chain transparency is where we're going to have specific details and a dashboard for everybody to be able to live go and check out our uptime, the validators we have operating, the earnings that they're providing. So everyone will, in some sort or fashion, be able to audit what we are doing at any specific point in time. So uh, I think that's real pivotal. Not many people are able to do that, and we just want to build trust with people, and that's part of building this out, right?
No,
Yeah,
that's
so we'll
fantastic.
also even identify the wallets for you. So we're going to tell you like these are our wallets that we're using to collect funds and swap tokens and send them to the smart contract. This is the smart contract wallet. So we'll highlight it for you. You don't have to guess. Like if
Yeah,
you're trying to figure out, okay, we see that you collected funds from Ethereum and then we don't know where they went. We're going to show you where they went. We're actually going to tell you this is the wallet it goes to next. Then from there, this is what it does. And then once those tokens are swapped or goes through a DEX or whatever they do, then they're sent to this wallet. So we're actually going to show you how it all works out. So it makes it easier for people. And to answer the second part of that question from Andrew, um, the way that the way that we're kind of setting this up is December is going to be like we're going to be putting some of these validators in motion. So that's kind of like our building period. We see January as that month to gather rewards, and we're hoping to start providing rewards to NFT holders either at the end of January or beginning of February so that we have those 30 days of accumulation. And then the second part was, do we start paying out NFT holders immediately or later? What we plan to do is once we hit that point where we start to collect the funds for those 30 days, we can do a snapshot of NFT holders at that time and they would be eligible. So whoever comes into the protocol at that next month, they would be eligible for the next month of rewards, and it would just snapshot forward each time so that it wouldn't over dilute without people putting funds in. So you have to pay to play, right? If you're not within that first section, then you wouldn't be getting rewards from the previous month, if that makes any sense.
absolutely. No, that's perfect. Awesome. And then along those lines, I guess for rewards, are they coming out in a stable coin? Are we getting exposure to DAG or whatever validators you get into, or how's that look?
That's a great question. I'll take the first part of it because I know Maverick will answer the second part. This We're going to start off with providing rewards in stablecoin. There's several reasons for that. The main reason is we won't be able to provide all of those rewards to the various wallets that'll be all connected. So, for example, in order to collect DAG, you as a user, right now the model is it's simple. You purchase the NFT, you hold the NFT, you pay the $1 service fee, and you claim your rewards. If we start to allow people to claim over the course of like let's say 15 different blockchains, and in those 15 blockchains you need 5 different wallets because some, for example, Constellation has its own
Yeah.
wallet, Stargazer. So you'd have to have a Stargazer wallet, and then you'd have to sync that to your account so that we would know where to put the tokens, or else they would go to your Ethereum wallet and they'd be gone forever, right? Or
Yeah.
your Polygon wallet be gone forever. So we don't have all that functionality yet. We do plan to allow to have some native tokens in the future, but that'll also be based off of how much we can pool. Because if we don't pool them ourselves, then we would have to pay to create our own pools for liquidity for people to claim from, or they wouldn't be available, right? Or
Oh,
you as the
true. Yes.
user would have to pay for the swap.
Yeah.
So if you know, what's the difference, right? If you as the user clicked a button that swapped it for you before it got to your wallet and into Polygon or Ethereum, or if you went and did it yourself. So what we want to do is make sure that it's already available so you don't have to pay for that extra swap.
Yeah. No, great. Good. Good. Good answer. Like Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer. Awesome. So we're not seeing any more questions from the group. I had a couple written down. I'll just see if anything that we haven't already gone through. I went through that.
If you click on, while we're doing that, you can click
Yep.
on docs and you can scroll through our, it's all the way at the bottom. Or yeah, you can click at the top one too. It doesn't
Well, I
matter.
clicked like docs right there.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it brought me there. There we go.
And then if on the left-hand side, we have our GitHub or white paper. If you click on that, it'll launch it.
Yeah, gotcha.
So this is like our working white paper, right? And it probably opened in another window. Sorry, but
Oh, that's
yeah.
true.
So this is the working white paper, and we're constantly developing and evolving with it. One of the things that we've learned is to take feedback from our community and apply things that make sense to change. There's a couple pivotal members in our group. Chernobog is one of them. He's just been such a great supporter and given us great feedback on our project and helping push us in the right direction. Another one is HCLO, and the other one is TWW9. We just have some amazing members in our group that have been helping us, supporting us, and giving us direction. So we
Wow.
listen to what our community says, and we take it as advice. We take it, people aren't offending us by saying, "Hey, look at this," right? We take those things into consideration. We don't make all of the changes that are presented to us, obviously, or else we'd never get anything done. But we do think that it's very important to listen to what people are saying and make sure that we don't make the mistakes that people have made before us.
Yeah. No, that's
Yep.
smart.
The whole tiered minting philosophy actually was not a part of the original plan. We actually changed that. I don't know what, Draco, a week before the mint
I was going to
began.
say it was pretty close.
Yeah, and we did that because the community, they were really communicating, the pros and the cons and how it could benefit us, and the early adopters, and we just thought it was a good idea. And so if everybody felt it was worthwhile, then we sought it out and made that happen.
Nice. Just throwing these up for fun. No, that's great. And yeah, I've definitely been in there a little bit, and I do appreciate a good community, and it's nice to see more of them forming now in the bear, where people have time to be a little bit more engaged and have some better interaction. Uh, and I guess Goen was just asking, do you guys provide schedule updates, AMAs? I know you guys are active in the Discord, and there's lots of updates, but did you want to talk to that at all?
Yeah. So when it comes to AMAs and announcements, we feature them all within Twitter and our Discord. So that's where you'll find every scheduled event is listed in the events within there. So yeah, as far as updates go, we're updating typically once to twice every week. We host Bourbon and Blockchain Happy Hour right now. We have our own YouTube channel that we've had in place for, I don't know, Draco's probably been a little over a year.
Yep.
Originally, it started out as four friends getting together, sharing a drink, talking about the crypto market, and it's evolved over time. So we're using that, and we also believe in high quality projects and other people. Just like with any we would advise anyone not to spend all your money in one area on one project,
Absolutely.
right? Including Bourbon and Blockchain. So when we come across a great project with like very straightforward, honest developers, people that we ourselves could consider investing, then we bring them onto our happy hour too, and then we talk organically about maybe both of our projects together,
Nice.
and so it's just a really it's a really, I don't know, it's a great vibe. Like, and so we use that as a mechanism to communicate with the community. Now, as we continue to mint out, and once we have validators up and running, once we have funds physically coming in from validation, then we'll talk specifically about updates on a regular basis. But right now, you can jump in and get answers from a multitude of people. I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing. You can
There's
ask
a
a
lot of
question,
knowledge in here.
and it's been answered 5 times over before one of us have the chance to get to it. So it's
Nothing wrong
really
with
great.
that.
No, not at all.
And we'll have to keep that in mind when you're short on guests for your chats at night, because I have Goen will know we definitely have some projects I think are just as deserving. I try
Sure.
and keep some great ones in my arsenal. So and then I was just looking at this, I guess. So we have our milestones there, aftermarket. So I presume ability to sell, and there's probably some type of fee structure for that. I see royalty.
Yep. Just a basic overview. We have a 10% royalty fee for aftermarket sales, and that benefits the community. So aftermarket sales, 50% of the rewards, or I'm sorry, of the royalty fee will actually go toward the reinvestment treasury. So again, aftermarket sales actually helps out the whole ecosystem. And then
Nice.
the other 50% goes to the team. And we can utilize that for all types of things, including future purchases and, doing some aftermarket utility or off-chain utility. So we'll be able to utilize those funds. It gives us a little bit of flexibility so that we can use them in the future.
Nice. And I've heard you guys talk about this. I know you guys do have the community voting, but at the same token, you guys are still, as you've spoken about, professionals in the industry, knowledgeable in the industry. So you guys are still guiding those, but you still have that ability where there's things that maybe are not as crucial, where you can kind of bring some opportunity for the community to get involved.
Yeah, I think that our plan or our idea is to really allow the members to steer the direction of like what we're going to be purchasing, different validators, different communities to involve in, and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's our responsibility to make sure that everything runs smoothly and it operates in an orderly fashion. So we're not going to allow the community to, be detrimental or damage the protocol. We're not going to allow people to vote and say that we're going to throw everything into Dogecoin. That's not, the basic principles of the project. So we wouldn't do that. But overall, we want our community to have a say in which direction we go and what we support or what we spin up.
Absolutely. Sorry, I had a little crying one upstairs, so I muted for a second. And how to mint the NFT. Obviously, there's some instructions here, but you're better off going to my YouTube channel and looking at my video where I minted one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So other than that, if you guys have any questions, please drop them in there. And some fans of the tiered system, so I appreciate that feedback for them. And I'll go back over here. Oh, so with the membership and stuff like that, and with I'm just going back. I just got there. We go. You guys also have some plans in the real world kind of thing with this. I know we talked briefly about the distillery that you guys have, or that not you guys have, sorry, but you're working with. What other kind of real world things are coming with this club membership and with these NFTs that you guys have planned?
Yeah, so we plan on leveraging our partnerships, right? And I think we've offered like discounts through Grid Plus already to community members. We've partnered with Crypto Ed courses. A lot of people know Lefty Chris and Critical Complex David. They've started up their own business. It's all centered around education, and that is something we look to provide to community members and kind of bring them under the fold. Look, this is a great opportunity for newcomers to get involved in crypto. A project like ours, we recognize that, and actually, like in real life, I have a few people that I've brought in, and this is their first time purchasing an NFT. This is their first time in a passive income type play, and so their knowledge isn't that vast. So we're trying to kind of help bridge that. The bourbon is a passion, and it helps kind of complete our mission, right? Our mission, our name is Bourbon and Blockchain. So without the bourbon, we're just blockchain, and that's boring. We're passionate about bourbon. We had a community member that it was a real organic way of meeting. He was already in our community, and it just so happened he was a master distiller and co-founder of Shire Distillery, and it just worked out. He was in Texas near me. I was able to go visit, and yeah, it was just truly organic. But in the future, outside right now, we're very focused just on the mint and then establishing the assets, right, and get them producing for people.
Yeah.
I think long term, though, we are thinking big picture, and we are thinking even further into like how could we participate into the distilling, the distribution, those types of things in the bourbon industry. So that's way down the line. But the great thing is a project like this has the staying power, and we have so much confidence that once this thing's minted out, we have the community in place. We're earning rewards over time. There's going to reach a point where we have options. Like
Yeah.
we really can bring those options to the community, and we can think a whole lot differently. So we're super excited about it.
Nice. Sorry, hope I'm not distracting. I'm just pulling up
No,
some
you're
here and
good.
there.
You're good.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
earlier we
they're
were
the ones
talking
that have
about how
the
to mint and how to navigate the site and all of that. And Crypto Ed Courses is a great partner of ours. They've actually drafted a video that's available on our YouTube page, and it's on the Mint page when you go to Mint, that will walk you through every step. It'll even go back as far as to say if you need to on-ramp funds to Polygon, it'll talk about bridging, it'll talk about everything. So
Oh,
they're a
fantastic.
really, really great partner, and we're just blessed to have them with us.
Yeah, we are.
Nice. Yeah, I think some of those tools have gotten dated, and I don't know if that many people have updated them. So it's nice to see that there's that just to make it easier for people to on ramp. Because there's going to be more people. It's going to take a little time, but we're going to get more to the industry and keep getting people into the world of DeFi and in crypto. So always got to bring things up for them. Just showing a few more there. Anything else you guys wanted to mention? Anything else you wanted to make sure got talked about today?
I think that one of the things that I'd like to mention is we have a really, really smart and educated community, and it takes a little bit of time to get this kind of stuff up off the ground, and they've been very patient. And I think that it takes a lot to describe to people the difference between a project that's flying by night and creating something that has no real long-term sustainability versus a project that's actually investing in supporting cryptocurrency technology and providing backbone structure. It takes a little bit of time. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get things up and make sure it's working properly. We're always going to secure the funds first. Security is our number one priority when it comes to assets. So we're going to make sure we're doing it the right way so that we're long-term sustainable, and making sure that everything is done the right way the first time, because obviously nobody wants to have any sort of mistakes when dealing with all these different assets. So it takes time to build these type of things, but we're going to continue to push forward and start opening up these validators and spinning things up soon.
Nice. Yeah, and I did notice, which you made me really upset about, is that you started adding in the Discord, and I love tags in Discords, and so now you have a master distiller, and or was a master sommelier or
Yep.
master distiller, I think. And I'm like, damn it, I've always wanted to be one of those, even if it's fake. So now I have to get, I think, what is it, 20 of the NFTs?
Yeah, in order to receive that, you're right. Yeah, and he says, "What are we going to get for 50?" That's a good question.
What is better than that? God.
Yeah, what is master? Yeah, owner. I don't know. We can figure something out, absolutely. But
There you go.
it's just a way for people to get involved and be recognized, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be, we have a lot of like really key members within our group that really believe in the mission that we're trying to achieve, and yeah, it's just one way for us to recognize them as a big holder, and we want to listen to those guys. We want to pay close attention to what they're interested in, because they really do believe in what we're trying to accomplish. So,
And there you go, Andrew. You got some alpha there. You can pick your own if you get that many.
That's right. See how easy that was?
yeah,
You know, and I think he went with El Jefe. There we go. Or El
There we go.
Presidente.
El Presidente. There we go.
that's good. That's good. Yeah. So I would like to leave on this note too. Like, um, we've been in this industry for quite a while, both as an investor
Mhm.
and participated within projects in some form of capacity, advisors or whatever it may be, right? Um, we've seen a lot of what works and a lot of what doesn't work. And it just so happens that the majority of it doesn't work. We've witnessed it. If you look through your portfolio from just a year ago, I guarantee you that very few coins still exist that are producing you income. So, uh, this is something we truly believe in. I think if you start at the foundation of what allows crypto to exist and the transactions to take place, it is one of the safest options for us that we feel confident. There's no Ponzi-nomics to it.
Yeah.
It's going to grow organically over time. It's a real business. It's a real value proposition. So long term, we really hope to hit a few key milestones. I'm talking ROI of the original cost of the NFT. Okay. Then ROI on a yearly basis of that NFT. Then ROI on a monthly basis, which
Nice.
sounds crazy. But when you talk about reinvesting at 45% for a long period of time, and then you look at the length of time this protocol can operate, it's amazing when you put pencil to the paper
Yeah.
what really is possible with this. So we really are excited about it. We hope to get more people excited about it, and just loving what the community's done so far. So thanks to everybody. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you guys, and that's so true. Like, you got to wonder how many rugs it takes and how many like bad decisions it takes before people get the hint that they need to do something different. And I see it all the time with the same people, and it's just it's heartbreaking to
It
watch it
is.
happen. So no, you're so right, and I do hope all the success for you guys, and I'll do my best to send people your way to hopefully help grow this. That's the other thing, not to dwell on it too much, but I just feel like we're all spread out so thin right now. There is money in the industry, but it's still spread out so thin. It would be nice if we all just came together into one project that was not a moonshot and was not a degen project, and really helped support it as a group, as an industry, as a whatever. Yeah, this one, and there's very few out there like this one that would, I think, fit that bill. That would be very, very nice if we could somehow convince everybody, even just to put one little piece in there, like just one NFT each would be brilliant. So
That's right.
so thank you so much for your time, guys. Any last words? I think you kind of had them there, I guess, really.
Yeah, no, none from me. Thank you for the time, Justin. It's been a
Yeah,
great
my pleasure.
conversation. No, we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it
Thank
was
you
it
as
was a
well.
really easy conversation, and it was a great interview, and it like you feel like you're amongst friends because you've been a great supporter of us, And we just really appreciate everything you've done. So thanks again for
Oh,
having us.
my pleasure. Just trying to bring some stability to the industry. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys, and we'll leave it at that. Everybody else, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out, the usual stuff, and any other comments and stuff, please leave them, and we'll get to them. But and then the other call to action is please do visit the Discord. I did have it. It is in the actual description, so you're good for that. And very happy to have you, Jen. We'll leave on that little note. Jen gets the last word.
Absolutely. And when you get in the Discord, check out Fanny Flutters. All right. Have a good night.
Thanks.